how long can the QE go? I mean, how long can they keep just printing dollars by the trillions or issuing the digital money?
As long as they can keep the Japanese central bank and the European central bank doing the same thing. As long as the Japanese and the Europeans are printing yen and euros, those currencies grow along with the dollar, and so there's no relative change in the exchange values. So the manipulation that Washington is able to achieve is international, and they can support the dollar through their vassal states in Japan and Europe. So how long does that continue? I think it can continue until a large part of the world simply moves away from the dollar payment system and stops using dollars the way the Russians and the Chinese are beginning to do. So that would mean a very large drop in the demand for dollars as its role in financing the international payment system diminishes, and that's when I think they would lose control.
What do you make of China and Russia announcing they're going to launch a new credit rating agency in 2015? Because obviously the other ratings agencies are being used politically to undermine China and Russia.
Yes, I think that's just a response. What China and Russia need more than a new credit rating agency is simply to withdraw from the Western payment system. The two countries have economies that are very complementary, and therefore they can self-finance. And so why they need a rating system, in my opinion, it's reckless for the Russians to rely on Western capital or Western financial markets, because they are a mechanism of Washington's imperialism. And so when Russia relies on Western payment systems, it, in effect, is putting itself under Washington's thumb. And if the Russians did not participate in this system, they would not be facing sanctions because they would be independent of the system.
Sure, but and that's why the West doesn't respect Russia, is because it's so infiltrated by the same finance systems that we are. And globally, these corporatists, these crony capitalists are above the law, but they're not above the natural laws of man. And there's got to be a breaking point when the military has a 15% approval rating, when the public in Gallup says they don't trust the government at a record level, when we're really in a recession, depression, and they tell us everything's great.
Right.
When reality begins to set in, there's got to be some point where the emperor's new clothes phenomenon becomes a reality.
Yes, I think the grand manipulations could be coming to an end this year. We have not only the manipulation of the economy and people's perception of the economy, but also we have the manipulation of foreign policy in people's perceptions of the outside world. And I think that the government's manipulations have reached the point that they're just now too extreme. And so they may lose their control over people's minds. This grand manipulation will be tested in 2015.
You are watching the best of The Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.